Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome to Drawing with Mr. Sepulveda. I'm Mr. Sepulveda, and welcome to Draw Jar Season 2, Episode 2. This is a challenge that I've given myself where I take student art suggestions, put them into a jar, and pull them at random, and then I begin drawing them. The big difference is between Season 1 and Season 2 is that I actually end up doing a little bit more art because I end up sketching out the ideas and I don't actually render them all out. And with these suggestions and these prompts, if you really want to, I definitely would be really happy if you guys don't mind trying to attempt any of these sketch challenges on your own as well. So first up, we've got Fat Mario. So I kind of stick with like a little bit of a traditional Mario face, but I try to make him a little bit more plumpier, and I think I really succeeded around the belly. This was kind of a fun, quick sketch for me. I didn't take it super seriously because I think this is just what it was. It was the first suggestion that I pulled out, but I think it turned out all right. Alright, so the second thing I've got was probably one of my favorites, and you'll recognize it from the thumbnail for this episode. I was asked to combine Taylor Swift and Ed Sheeran, and I've got to be 100,000% honest. I'm really bad at drawing people and making them look like people, right? Especially when they exist in real life. And so I actually took this prompt instead of doing it like a fusion. I actually did decide to attempt to legitimately combine Taylor Swift with Ed Sheeran as though they were a two-headed singing monster of some sort. And so I kind of had fun. The reference I had for Taylor Swift had like her bangs out at the front of her face that kind of covered up her entire forehead up to the tips of her eyes. And she also had like the short hair. And then the picture of Ed Sheeran that I had him with like some messy hair kind of like all over his face. And he had a beard on one of the photos as well, so I wanted to kind of incorporate all of that. I connected the two necks, which I thought was a lot of fun to kind of make this into a real beastie looking monster. This one was obviously my favorite one from the 21 sketches that I drew. And so if you really thought the thumbnail was cool and you think the sketch looks like fun, please go ahead and give this video a like at this moment, because honestly, Taylor Swift, Ed Sheeran, whether you're fans of one or both or none, I thought that was a fun picture to draw. The next one I got was also a fun one. I didn't expect it. The third suggestion I got was Ronald McDonald. And so I just felt like I had to kind of go in here and add a little bit of color. Just to make sure that he kind of stands out as Ronald McDonald. Nice little clown, red hair, red nose. He's got his big old eyes, and then he's got like the little black triangles or so underneath his eyes, and the big old red lips, like his smiley face, like that he's got on there. So I thought this one was kind of a fun one. There's actually a lot of fun challenges in here, so it really was kind of tough to figure out what my thumbnail was going to be, but I really had to do the Ed Sheeran and Taylor Swift combo. But again, this Ronald McDonald kind of looks fun. Semi-scary, I think. I want to know what he would look like if I actually fully flushed him out, but as far as the sketch goes, I think this one kind of came out all right. What do you guys think about my Ronald McDonald? Next one up is turning Chica, right? Well, actually not turning Chica, but turning Chica from FNAF and fusing her together with, I believe it was a cat. And so I didn't really know where to go with this. I kind of gave the little cat ears. I tried to erase kind of the sides and put in some little fur textures. I think it ultimately looks more like a fox than a cat. I put on the iconic Let's Eat little bib on her. But I think what kind of makes it stand out to be a cat is I put on this cupcake, but I tried to make the cupcake into a mouse. So I think this is where I get the cat vibes from. It was a fun one. I don't think it's the best one at all out of all the sketches. I'm really curious as to what your Chica cat fusion would look like. And if you guys end up creating one, just send it to me in the email down below in the description. Moving forward, this one didn't take me too long. I was asked to draw Kakashi, and I've drawn Kakashi several times. I'm a big anime fan, so Kakashi's from Naruto. And I gave him the iconic look where he's got the mask and he's got the drooping headband. I just did a regular face drawing, so this one didn't take me too long. But what do you guys think about my Kakashi sensei? Alright, next one up was a fun one. It was an avocado drawing, right, which brings me back to season 1, but it was a mom avocado with a baby avocado, so I just kind of gave it a little bit of a crib. So one of them is mom, obviously it's the big one, and then I drew a legit little baby avocado sleeping. Thought it was a cute one. After that, I was tasked with drawing Wario, which I thought was funny because I started off with Mario, so drawing Wario seemed like a lot of fun. It actually seemed like it was kind of cool that I ended up getting both of them. I was almost hoping for like a Yoshi or Donkey Kong somewhere in here, or a Bowser, just to kind of get it all complete, but Wario is the only other Mario-like character that I got. I wanted him to kind of have like that big old like grin and maybe a little bit anger eyes, kind of looking down. I don't know what else to say about it other than I may have struggled a little bit with the hat because I didn't think it was coming out right, especially with the angle that I was choosing. But ultimately, I had fun with this one. What do you guys think about Wario? Alright, so after Wario, we ended up with a Hello Kitty. And so Hello Kitty is really cool. Nah, I'm just playing. I was actually asked to go ahead and draw someone playing roller hockey. I just chose to make it a Hello Kitty character roller hockeying, and I went with Hello Kitty. But I think this was a fun one. I think it doesn't go together, but it kind of reminds me of my Stitch playing hockey. The next sketch request that I had was of the Milky Way galaxy. I really didn't know what to do with this other than put like a black background, put some spirals in different colors, blur it, blend it, and just kind of let it be with some extra stars on top. This is not one of the best ones in the batch, but hey, I kind of had fun with this little bit of a challenge. I think it turned out okay-ish, but again, not the best one in the batch. Alright, so after I got that Milky Way galaxy, I ended up with another avocado request. This one was a giant avocado eating a wall. So this one could have been like a nice little avocado kaiju if I really wanted it to, but I just kind of stuck with regular avocado. After the avocado request, I ended up with one of my favorite characters, Goku. So again, big anime fan. So the anime ones don't usually take me too long, especially if I'm familiar with them and if I've drawn them before. So I just went with a basic Goku since the request didn't tell me that they wanted like Ultra Instinct or Super Saiyan God or Blue or any of that other stuff. So I just kind of went with a real quick Goku on here, put on his regular hair. I do end up coloring his uniform in this picture a little bit. I don't go full body, I just kind of go to the shoulders, but I also wish I ended up coloring in his hair. But yeah, if you guys like what I'm drawing in this Draw Jar series, please go ahead and consider subscribing, especially if you're new. I really do enjoy getting these random suggestions, and I even draw subscriber suggestions. You just got to leave a suggestion in the comments. The next request was to draw my favorite fast food logo. And so I decided for mine, it's going to be Chick-fil-A. Give me some chicken minis, give me a parfait, give me a spicy chicken club, give me their milkshakes. If you've never had a Chick-fil-A milkshake, you're missing out. But yeah, that was my favorite fast food one, so I just kind of threw that one in there pretty quickly. Next up is drawing a character named Brooklyn from a Jurassic Park TV show, I guess. I didn't really know much of it. I had to look her up. I don't think I do a good job of making this character look like that character. But if you want to look it up, definitely, you know, I'll put it up right here for you so that you guys can see it. I don't think I'm anywhere close, but I did make the attempt, and so hopefully whoever requested it kind of likes the way it turned out. I don't think I could have done it better unless I was really a little bit more familiar with this character. Alright, one of the more interesting ones was this request. I was asked to make a dragon, but with a galaxy theme, so it's kind of like a galaxy dragon. I decided to kind of keep it kind of like newt-like or even snake-like, and then just kind of make it miniature. because I thought this would be kind of a fun little cutesy looking dragon. And to get the galaxy theme in the way, you know, I really could have just, I guess, mixed it together with the galaxy. Which is funny because those popped up together. But I put in some stars in the eyes. I put some little rings, like planetary rings. Put a tattoo of a planet on its leg, almost like it was a My Little Pony character. But that's kind of what I thought about for that one. Next one up, and I'm putting this on here. Here's a masterpiece of a sketch, guys. I was asked, and I know this is an odd request, but I was asked to draw Spider-Man farting. And I know that sounds crazy. Who in the world would ask for Spider-Man to be farting as a picture? Obviously, it's a 5th grade student. Guys, this is where I get all these suggestions from. So there you go. There's the answer to that question. But I thought I would have Spider-Man upside down, reading his own newspaper article, right? Or maybe he's reading, you know, an article about Spider-Man being a menace. I don't know. But there he is with a little bit of gas, a little bit of farting effects. Masterpiece Spider-Man farting. Afterwards, I was asked to make a frog, but almost human-like. They asked me to give the frog a giant bow and to make sure that they had legs and arms, kind of like, almost like they were humanoid-ish, so that they were standing. And so I think I had more fun drawing the head. I wasn't a fan of the body, didn't know what to do with the body since it was like a frog person. Granted, I could have drawn inspiration from like a D&D character, but I didn't. So I'm just going to kind of leave that where it's at. The next one was a fun one. I ended up with Cyborg, as if he were a triceratops eating chicken, which I get it. If you guys love dinosaurs, then you know that triceratops are herbivores, so it makes absolutely zero sense that he would be eating meat. But hey, this is the request, right? Cyborg from Teen Titans Go as a Triceratops. If I were to render that in, he'd have blasters for hands. So I thought it was kind of cool. Just put in some little roundy bits or like little scaly bits, and then I gave him like a bowl filled with like drumsticks. So I thought this one was kind of funny. What do you guys think about that Cyborg Triceratops? The next request was something really simple, really easy. It's Sans from Undertale. I've drawn him before, but a lot bigger and a different style than this, but I decided to go with kind of like more of the original look. But I had fun with Sans either way. Next one up after Sans is Messi. I've already drawn Ronaldo in one of the lives, I guess, that I did with the Draw Jar series before. Maybe it was before the summer or sometime on a weekend. I can't remember, but I know I drew Ronaldo somewhere. If I can remember to put in the picture over here, I will, but it's either like episode 86 or 87 or something like that. Promise you it's in there. Just go ahead and check those live streams or one of those episodes that looks like it's a Draw Jar sketching, which prompted the idea for the season 2 theme. But yeah, so, and drawing people again, trying to make them look like the people that exist in real life, definitely a challenge, more of a challenge than just trying to draw an anime character. But I think ultimately it comes out okay. He's got too big of a forehead, but you know what? That's okay. That's Lionel Messi. And then I went ahead and kind of colored in his jersey, even though he doesn't play for Argentina anymore, but there it is. Afterwards, I was asked to draw another person. This character, I had no idea who he was, but I believe his name is JJ from Outer Banks. I don't even think it looks like this character. I'm hoping I looked at the right reference when I was sketching him up. There's a few of a guy with like blonde hair that's kind of like all over the place. So hopefully I chose the right one. In all the pictures, he was smiling. Might be like one of those quote-unquote heartthrobby characters, I guess. I don't know. Again, never seen it. Didn't bother to research it. But whoever requested this, I honestly hope this is the right guy, and I hope you enjoy this picture. Alright, and then we ended up with our final piece. This is picture 21. I was asked to draw a superhero in an anime form. And I know everyone's thinking, oh, my go-to is going to be Superman. Honestly, it came across my mind, so I decided to choose something different. Still in the DC realm, I ended up choosing The Flash. And I kind of had fun with this one. Kind of did the version of him, I think that Ezra Miller plays. Unfortunately, I'm not a big Ezra Miller fan. If you followed him and some of his actions, you probably wouldn't be a fan either. But this isn't supposed to be him. This is supposed to be The Flash in an anime form. So I try to keep him relatively cool looking. Try to keep that armor in there. And you'll see, like, this was supposed to be where I ended it, but then I end up moving him, and I end up trying to give him some of the more armor bits. I do spend a little minute on his logo, because I was trying to figure out if I wanted to change it up or not, or try to keep it as close to the iconic one as possible. So I kind of ended up trying to keep it more or less iconic. And then I end up finishing off this character by making sure that I have his, like, little bits of lightning kind of floating around. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, I really hope you enjoyed this episode. And if you did, please go ahead and give it a like. If you're new to this channel, please go ahead and consider subscribing. Next week, I'll see you guys for a regularly scheduled video on Tuesday. And you're not going to want to miss next week, because next week is a good one. Next week, we will be entering episode 100. Don't miss out on episode 100. It's going to be a what if One Piece characters or dragons episode. See you then.